Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect a basic spectrum analyzer to the Ethernet port so that you can have a remote desktop. It means that you can control this basic spectrum analyzer from the comfort of your office and run it through your computer. So it's a bit different from the rest of the series of the X spectrum analyzer from Keysight. The rest of it you can actually use type VNC for that purpose, but not for this basic spectrum analyzer. So the first thing that we have to do is to make sure that the IP address is set correctly. So I won't go through in detail, and as you might have known that we have another video that will show you how to set a static and dynamic IP address if you want to connect to a router. Normally we set it to dynamic on the instruments. And if you want to do a direct connections like what I'm doing right now between my computer and this basic spectrum analyzer is using a static IP address. So first of all, you're seeing this R is a remote connection that's happening in the background right now. So the first thing you want to do is to click on this local. So you can see down there, press local and the R will disappear. So the next thing I want to do is go to system, more, port setting, and IP config. So as you can see right now, it's set to static, and of course you can toggle between DHCP and static. So I would do this IP address static, IP address like 192.168.100.26. Or maybe I change it to 27 so they can see what I'm going to do later. So this is where the display will come out of whatever we are typing. So 192.168.100.27. Then of course we want to make sure that the subnet mask is tallied to the computer IP address. Once you type in the IP address, then you click enter. Make sure that the IP address here is updated. So you can see it's quite faint, but it's .27 right now. Once you're happy with that, just click apply. So the IP address of this BSA should be updated, and let's go to the computer and see what's the next step. So at the computer, the first thing we want to do is to make sure that the IP is able to be seen by this computer. So we go to the command prompt, then we go to ping 192.168.100.27. So this is a good sign, and the next step we want to do is to add this basic spectrum analyzer BSA to the connection expert so that it can be seen in the BSA software. This is the previous setup, and how we're going to add that in is just go to add LAN instruments, address, as simple as that. So this one we are using socket, then we test this visa address. So it's verified, which is good. And click OK. So we have that here, 27. This is the one that we really want to use, and not so much of this 26. So if you worry that it's confusing, we can do this. Just remove this. And for some reason, sometimes it's just stuck there. It's not a big issue. So let's go back here. So we test this. So it has been added, 27. So minimize this for now, and let's close this. Let's double click on this. So this one goes straight to connections. So it says there's no instrument detected. So how do we resolve this? You might have to reboot the BSA for these connections, or we can try another way is to do this. Let's go to edit, go to instruments, and pass again. Because this is just different protocol. I think BSA is using this instruments protocol instead of socket, but nevertheless, let's give it a try. Alright, So we have that ready. Let's go back to the software. Let's go to connect. So it's really using the instruments protocol. As you can see here, it's your socket. Once you have built that, just click on that. So this is how it looks like on the screen. So again, with the R, it's just to show you that it's a remote connections happening right now. And when you see this R and this software is running in the background, you can't change anything here manually. Even though you click on local, you go back to R again, because it's a continuous connections towards the instruments on the computer. Let's go back to the screen. So this is how it looks like versus how it looks like in real life. You can actually change the parameter by clicking on the soft panel here. And let's change some of the measurements, like we want to change to channel power. This is how it's done. And again, you can do most of the things that on the buttons. Personally, I feel that the buttons should represent what you're seeing, but this is what has been done. It is what it is for now. Let's change that, and you can actually go through all these things as you try. So before I wrap up this video, I might have not covered this part in the beginning. So we talk about how to connect to the instrument. So you can either use Ctrl+N or just click on this, and there is one icon here where you can click and connect to the Basic Spectrum Analyzer. And before you are able to access to the front panel, you have to disconnect the software to the Basic Spectrum Analyzer. So how do we do it? So it's either we click on this one, or Ctrl+D, or this icon. So just as easy as that, disconnect. Once the screen is disappeared, you can go back to the Basic Spectrum Analyzer, the front panel, click on Enter to localize it, and you can access and do whatever you need to. Hope this helped. Thanks for watching.